life motto or my mission statement, and I've lived by this for, gosh, I can't remember, and it's very simple. Eat, move, live.
Hi guys, welcome back to our second Regroup podcast for semester 2, a chance for us to regroup as a community and hear about what's going on around campus. As always, I'm joined by Father Michael. How are you, Father?
Good, how are you, Jake? And how are you, all those who are watching this?
Really well, Father, really well. Please comment below how you're going. We'd love to hear from you. We've had a few big weeks in campus ministry, Father. All of our connect groups and other activities, we're all back into full swing. And we've learned how to make world-class nachos and some great cookies in Father's Kitchen Rules. We've had some great discussions around different topics, looking at some of the ancient saints like St. Basil the Great and St. John of Christendom, both just incredible people. We also explored self-care and the importance of focus. But one quite popular topic we talked about is commitment. And I'd love to get your thoughts, Father. I think we can agree commitment is important, but why is it important?
I just remember that when we talked about this word commitment, we were actually talking about how can we be a responsible young adult or responsible adult. So that's why we sort of summarized the key element of being a responsible adult as a commitment. And you can find out some examples from our day-to-day life. For example, get up early in the morning, maybe 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. every day. And it's very challenging, I can tell you, to do that within this restricted moment. But also you can actually practice your prayer life too, Say a prayer before meal or after meal. So that's actually commitment. You're committing yourself to do it so that by applying that experiences and practice as your commitment, then you can actually become a better and if sufficient and efficient young adult in the future as well. And you become more responsible human being.
I think one of the challenges that really kind of shone through when we were talking about it is just the struggle that there's so many options out there. How do you pick one and kind of stick to it? And I guess, what's your take on this?
Well, I can give you one classic example. I don't personally have the Netflix, but I can imagine some of you have a Netflix and have so many options, movies, dramas, shows, and you flip through all those options and couldn't decide anything. So you ended up spending a couple of hours and watching nothing. If you are studying economy or accounting, we have this phrase called opportunity cost. So you have a few options in front of you and you choose the better option or better outcome or maximize the benefit out of any other options. So when we choose or have to decide something else, yes, you have options in front of you, but make sure you choose things that gives you a better outcome or maximize the benefit for you. And that brings us back to the word commitment. So once you choose that option and you commit yourself to do that so that you actually make most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome, Father. Thank you so much for sharing those thoughts.
Pleasure. So, all right, let's dive into our chat with Reema. So, hello, everyone. Today, we are joined by Reema from ACU Sports Gym. So, Reema, tell us a bit about yourself, please.
Hi, Father Michael. So my name is Reema and I work out of the ACU Sports Gym in the Melbourne campus. A little bit about myself. I was born and bred in Sydney, Australia, and about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, my husband and I decided to make the big move to the most livable city in the world. I think it's pretty high up there still. And the main reason was for our love of food and coffee. That's literally the only reason. My background, I was a nutritionist and personal trainer in Sydney. I ran my own fitness studio in sunny Bondi. You've probably all heard of Bondi Beach. And my husband is a horticulturalist. So for us, it was all about the environment we lived in, food, health. So yeah, it was a no-brainer for us to move to Melbourne. We didn't realise the horrible weather that we would encounter some days, the 4 seasons in one day, but that's okay. I think it's a good, we can take it. So essentially, for me, my life is always been around food, nutrition, and exercise. So that's a bit about myself.
Awesome. And that kind of leads well into the next question, kind of what led you to ACU Sports? Because obviously you have this background in nutrition and sports and a passion for it, but how did you kind of end up where you are now?
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, I actually had a baby. So she's not a baby anymore. She's a three-year-old toddler. Keep on my toes. And for me, that was obviously one of the biggest achievements in my life, being a mother, which I didn't think I was ever able to have children. So for me, that was a huge blessing. But with that comes self-care, and you need to look after yourself. So to be a better version of yourself, you need to look after yourself. So when I saw a role pop up at ACU Sports Gym, which was essentially looking after members and engagement, it was a no-brainer. I love helping people. I'm quite an empathetic person, and I think I am anyway. I love to look after people's needs with regards to health and nutrition. So when I saw that role, I had to apply for it.
Wow, awesome.
Oh, very good. So, Reema, could you share a bit more about what does your role at ACU Sports Gyms look like?
Yeah, so initially I was hired, my role was a member services officer, which essentially was to assist in the growth of the gym with members, but also continue engagement. So whether that was via our current members, so having a chat to them on the gym floor, encouraging them when they're exercising, but also increasing the engagement for staff, student and community. So they're our main three members that do come into our gym. So whether it was at local events or even university events, open days, market days, stamp out stress days, exam, etc., it was about having the conversation. So for me, it's not a salesy role, it's being me. So being me, I suppose you're engaged. People know that you're being yourself and you're not sort of fake, and you're not joining or dragging people into a gym. So it's creating that environment. Sometime later, so skip about a year later, the position opened up for a gym operations coordinator, which I was put into. I was very fortunate to jump into that role. It was a secondment that I was able to fulfill that role, and essentially my role just changed a little bit more. So rather than just looking after Melbourne campus, I then ended up having to look after the three big campuses, Brisbane, North Sydney and Melbourne, as well as the smaller campuses such as Ballarat, Canberra, Strathfield and Blacktown. So my role capacity increased, amazing challenge, but still my number one was to look after my team, my staff and obviously the members that come into the gym.
How would you describe ACU Sports Gym in one sentence or one phrase or one word? I'm
going to go with my life motto or my mission statement, and I've lived by this for, gosh, I can't remember, and it's very simple: eat, move, live.
Great, that's good. That one, that's good.
What are some of the opportunities ACU gyms currently offer students? I'm sure it looks a little bit different at the moment, and kind of how have you adapted your approach? Good
question, Jake. We've had a pretty horrible year. I think we all sort of agree with that. It's been quite a crazy year, especially for us at in the fitness sector. We live in a gym, you know, that's our life. That's my office. My office is the gym floor, you know. So for us to adapt, we have to be thinking quick on our feet. We've had to adapt with regards to online workouts. You know, obviously with my nutrition background, I was doing some online recipes, you know, cook-alongs and nutrition tips, etc. Workouts from home, so things you can do from home, just so we could keep our members engaged, but all of our followers as well, to hang in there and just let them know that we haven't forgotten about them. Yes, we're in the, you know, you can see I'm at home. I've been working at home since the 23rd of March. This is not the environment, the ideal environment for someone in a fitness world, but we've had to adapt. So we've been doing weekly yoga Zoom meetings where we've employed one of our contractors to run yoga sessions twice a week. So we hand out the Zoom meeting and then everyone joins in and does the session. Yes, it's not a hands-on approach. However, our instructors being able to engage with these members virtually from their comfort of their own home. Some of our casual staff as well have been able to produce some content as well. We are very fortunate in the sense that North Sydney Gym has remained open. So we've got some amazing content that comes out of that gym. Whether it's a motivation post or, a challenge that you can do from your home, just anything we can try and do that we can keep our members engaged and moving.
Well, very good, because you already mentioned about some yoga or different things, but we are in the self-quarantine sort of state and restriction stage 4. Within these circumstances and situation, how can students stay in the loop with what ACU Sports Gym is doing, and are there any events that they should put on their radar?
Good question. The talk of the moment at ACU is obviously our up and coming open days. So we've got them scheduled in. Unfortunately, this was usually going to be an in-person where you would come down to the gym and I would tour you with the gym and explain the facility and what we have to offer. We've had to move to a virtual platform where we can virtually show you around our gym and explain what ACU Sport has to offer. At the moment, that's all we have, because usually we have things like Stamp Out Stress Day, Market Days, all these events that we run across the campus, where we're encouraging everyone to obviously reunite and we all kind of work with each other, student enrichment, campus ministry, we're all working together. However, I don't know what that's going to look like being virtual. This is very foreign to me, as I said, it's very new. I'm not very tech savvy, so I'm a little bit anxious about how this is all going to plan out. However, all I can really explain and provide are the details of the gym, what type of memberships we offer, what type of classes we offer, and any challenges that we bring into the gym just to keep everyone motivated and moving. Another way you can stay in touch with us for everything ACU Sport Gym is follow us on our Instagram account. So that's at ACU Sport Gym. And we've also got a new microsite that you guys can also just check out whatever's happening, all the latest ACU Sport Gym, whether it's online workouts, recipes, DIY, makeup or makeovers at home. And that page is acusport.acu.edu.au. So I'll pop them into a link and you guys can follow us there.
Awesome. We'll put them in the description box below and we'll have them at the end of the video. So make sure you check them out. Reema, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day today to have a bit of a chat with us. We really appreciate it and we look forward to catching up again in the future.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Father Michael.
Thank you.